Estoy atrás, pero hice una huevada.
¿Qué
pero
hiciste?
Relax. Los teníamos muteados todo este tiempo.
No
Sí.
puede
Fue mala mía,
ser.
Corillo. Fue mala mía.
No puede ser.
Lo siento.
Ya a mí
lo
se me
siento.
olvidó lo que yo dije.
Pues tengo que volver a tirar el intro completo.
No, relax.
¿Por qué me odias?
Fatality.
Sí, fue mala mía. Y tú no estás grabando ya, así que...
No. Esto se echaba en YouTube. Yo no sé ni cómo lo voy a editar.
Mala mía, Corillo. Sí.
Nada, pero yo corto toda esta parte. Pues nada. ¿Qué voy
Para
a
una
hacer?
introducción y ya, ahora.
Bueno, pues nuevamente para los que ya están online, que es la que hay, mi gente, mi nombre es Fonso, bienvenido al podcast del mundo mundial, mi nombre es Fonso.
Tengo que hacer otra vez, güey.
Déjà vu, ¿verdad?
Déjà vu.
El time loop. Pero
Yeah,
nada.
It was my fault. Sorry.
En resumen, estábamos hablando de que yo tengo mucha mala suerte y tengo otra goma vacía.
Ahí está.
Después que gasté $200 en 2 gomas.
Pero nada, son cosas que pasan de la vida y uno aprende.
Uno aprende cogiendo cantazos.
Pero ya eres una master cambiando gomas, me dijeron.
Sí, yo soy mecánica.
Y hablando de masters, les quiero decir que tenemos a un invitado especial. Ustedes han jugado el personaje de él
Claro que sí.
1,000,000 de veces.
Claro que sí.
Nosotros nos teníamos que ir a las casas del vecino porque nuestras mamás nos botaban el juego. So, era una misión. Es el personaje más gruesome a vivir por haber, pero el más entretenido. Espérense. Esperen.
Respira.
Nada más y nada menos que Daniel Pesina. Master Pesina. El OG Scorpion. ¿Qué es la que hay, bro? It's awesome to have you on. It's amazing.
Thank you. Gracias. Gracias a todos.
He's bilingual.
No, definitely.
Nobody knows Scorpion speak Spanish.
Yo, that's the thing. And recently we noticed that Scorpion is Mexican, bro.
Actually, yeah. It is.
But both of the
He
parents,
started Mexican. What?
both of your parents are Mexicans?
Sí, los dos. Nacido en México.
Oh.
En Tampico y Matamoros.
And when did they move to the States?
Man, really young.
Really young?
Yeah,
you
really
were-
young.
you was
Yo tengo
born.
dos hermanos mayores.
Okay.
Un menor y dos mayores.
Pero naciste en México.
No,
No,
he's born in the
aquí.
States.
Yeah, aquí. Aquí.
It's amazing,
No,
bro.
Yeah, but antes hablaba más español, nomás, estás en Estados Unidos. No,
It's okay though, but here you have a platform to at least practice a little, so the kids would understand you.
oh, yeah, porque si no hablo español, la chancla.
Oh,
I have it here.
bro, that's the original Get Over Here.
Yeah.
That's the OG
Todos,
Get Over Here.
Todos tenemos miedo de eso.
La tengo.
Yeah.
There you go, the chancla.
Yeah.
He's scurrying.
I think last podcast we did on was it Mother's Day? No.
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 Before one.
No,
The
they're
before
not.
one, the one before it was Mother's Day, and our first conversation was what was your mom's like go-to weapon, and it was like funny. It was
Mine
funny.
La correa.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Mine was the hand. My mom was like a legit almost bodybuilder, so her hand did a lot more damage than anything else in the house.
Y yo no sé por qué duele más la madre que el padre.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
I don't know
I'd
why.
rather that my dad hit me than my mom hit me. My mom was a lot stronger than my dad, so I was like, no, let dad hit me. Yeah, it was like legit scary. Latin moms PTSD.
Yeah.
So Daniel, do you have more brothers, sisters?
Yeah, he has 2, right?
No, tres hermanos.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, and los tres hacen artes marciales.
No, solamente my little brother, mi hermano pequeño, Carlos.
Carlos
Porque-
Pesina.
Yeah, it's Raiden. So,
Ooh.
He's rated?
yeah.
Oh, really? Oh yeah, I think you told me this. That like,
Yeah, I
like,
did,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. By the way, side story. We know each other, and we.
How?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like
Wow.
almost every guest that we've had, we've. I know the guest, and Caritza's like, how do you know these people? Every time. So it's like amazing the interactions that I've had with people around my lifetime, my lifespan, and thank God I had the chance to work with you in a convention locally, and I got the chance to sit down with him and interview him.
Really?
Yeah. And afterwards we went drinking and we had a lot of fun, and therefore we've kept in touch.
Qué facilidad de hacer amigos.
Yeah. I'm a very social person if you
Wow.
get me in the right state of mind.
Wow. Wow.
Plus, the rum helps a lot.
Yeah. For me it's whiskey, but it's okay though.
I'm not going to judge.
No judging.
It's okay.
It's also a lubricant, so it helps.
It's okay.
Yeah, but it was fun when we had the chance to like meet, and our first sit down was actually in on a stage in front of a live audience. So it was fun.
Daniel, I have a question for you.
Shoot.
When did this start? Te lo voy a decir en español. ¿Cuándo empezó lo de las artes marciales? Dilo en inglés.
Cuando estaba bien pequeño, como 1969.
Wow, really? You look young, bro.
Ajá.
You look young as fuck. When I'm old, I hope I look like you. Oh my God, dude.
I'm impressed.
Dude, you're looking good.
Thank you. Whiskey. It's whiskey.
Ah, great. I'm doing well then. We're on the right track then. What was your martial art? Your first martial art? Which one's the one?
Empecé con judo.
Oh, judo. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, judo. Yeah, judo. Y luego después, when I was young, so I bothered my dad for lessons.
Okay.
Hasta que no aguantó. Dijo, ay, todos los días me pregunta a encontrar una escuela.
Really?
Lo voy a llevar a una escuela, a ver qué dice. Because my dad didn't think I would survive.
Okay.
No vas a sobrevivir.
Oh, really? He thought you weren't like
Wow.
tough enough to keep going. Wow, that's interesting.
Cuando yo era chiquita, yo le dije a mi papá, quiero estar en karate. Nunca me pusieron. Porque mi hermano estuvo en karate y it didn't
work out with him.
No.
But I think actually like karate and taekwondo is like it's like a great backbone for women. Women tend to shine very well. Even judo. Judo is also a good starting point for women if they're interested in martial arts. I think judo and karate and taekwondo is like a good first introduction to martial arts.
Pues por culpa de mi papá soy monga. Soy una porquería.
But that's interesting. So you're like me. You hopped around in very different, like a lot of different martial arts around your years, right?
Yeah. Pues con judo, luego empecé con judo como 2 o 3 años. Empecé también con un poquito Shotokan karate.
Mm-hmm.
Y luego en esos años, los niños, they didn't teach you jiu-jitsu.
No, they didn't. So that's why judo was like the jiu-jitsu.
I would learn judo and jiu-jitsu. I mean, judo and karate.
Mm-hmm.
And los hice por casi 6 años.
Wow.
Oh,
Awesome. The good thing is that karate brings like the elasticity in your body. Like you get really flexible in karate.
Yeah, y también cuando yo estaba estudiando, porque no tenía los 18 años,
Mm-hmm.
no podía ponerme el cinta negra.
really?
Oh, really? Yeah. That's like new.
Yeah,
That's
tenía
like
café con rojo.
yeah.
La cinta café con rojo. Y así gente decía, oh, he's a junior black belt.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Mira, wow, yo no sabía eso.
Yeah, it's that's a very like recent thing that kids now can have like the black belts, because it actually makes sense that the fact that kids don't have black belts because you're not ready to, like, the thing about black belts is that you're able to teach others your martial arts. So therefore, if you're a kid, you're not ready to have a class and teach what you know to
Got
other
it.
people. That's the whole point behind like the black belt. Am I wrong? I could be wrong.
No, eso sí, porque no, you don't have any responsibilities.
Exactly.
Cuando eres un niño, no pagas por las clases. Tu mamá y papá pagan.
Exactly.
You know, so it's not even, you can't even buy a whiskey.
Yeah. You can't even drive. but I think that the reason they started doing this right now is because of the fact that they want them to keep getting involved in the programs, in the martial art programs. So that's why I think that the fact that kids now can have black belts. But I don't know. It shouldn't be a thing. Bro, let us know, how did this project, because it started when you were like what, 17, 18, the Mortal Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat?
No, yo ya tenía 28 años.
Oh, really?
Ah,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, mi hermano, es que cuando estaba pequeño, when I was younger, más joven, mi hermano hace, a ver si, Spanglish, art.
sí,
Yeah,
yes.
go.
I understand. Don't worry.
Y unos días sus amigos iban a la casa de mi mamá y allí estaban en la cocina drawing.
Okay.
Y uno de los amigos era John Tobias.
Okay.
And so I'm a geek. Even right now, I have a box of comic books.
Wow.
They're old.
Before it used to be cool to be a geek.
So, I would watch them draw, and I would like to go play video games. So I would take my brother and his friends, because none of my older friends wanted to go to play video games, but I still wanted to go play video games. So I would take my brother and his friends, and we'd go to the arcade and hang out, or go watch, we would watch movies. Back then, we'd watch movies together, too, because porque soy Latino, you know how it is. You have a younger brother, I take him everywhere.
You get tag along, yeah.
Everywhere I go, he goes, because,
You need to stick with your brother.
Yeah, and the good thing, it's never your fault. It's your biggest brother's always. Él es el culpable, siempre.
Yes. Story of my life.
You get away with murder.
Regla. But so I knew Tobias, and I through competing. I went to a tournament, and they were looking for people to do stunts for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 2. So I did stunts on that movie.
You did the stunts?
Yeah, I did some stunts for foot soldiers.
So
Yeah.
that was your first movie.
First official movie, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That's actually I think that's my favorite Ninja Turtles movie. The whole Vanilla Ice scene, go ninja go. That's like an epic fight over there. Plus, yes, there's a lot of fights between the Foot Clan and the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, during that scene with Vanilla Ice, I almost got my teeth knocked out.
Oh, really? You were there?
Yeah, what happens is when you're a turtle,
Yeah, you can't even see.
you can't see anything. The eyes are like this underneath your eyes, and they're far away. So, están así.
How
No están-
hard?
So, si ves la película, vas a ver que los foot soldiers del pie están haciendo así. Porque
You're
estamos-
searching for the foot?
Right. Because cuando ellos van a tirar un patada, we have to get in front of it and kind of hit us or make it look like it's real. So we're kind of like looking for punches and kicks and stuff like that, doing that. So one of the guys kicks me 3 times, and then we do a roll together, and he's supposed to do
You're the one that does the roll?
Yeah, so he's supposed to do a kick like this.
Yeah, he rolls, he gets up, and he kicks back, right? And then you have to go back.
Yeah, but he
Wow,
changed
es tu
it.
favorita.
He changed it, and he threw a side kick. So the side kick hit me in the face, like boom, down.
Damn.
So yeah, my 2 front teeth were loose for a while.
Wow.
And there was no workers' comp back then, so it was like your fault.
No break.
Yeah. Guess what? Do it again.
Yeah. Shake it off and breathe out and do it again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's super cool. I did not know that you were part of what intro? Really?
Sorry. It was my bad.
I didn't know you were part of the Ninja Turtles movie, like the Secret of the
didn't know.
Ooze.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
So then after that, when I got home, that's when John Tobias me llamó a la casa de mi mamá y he was like, hey, ¿me puedes ayudar? Yo tengo una idea para un juego de pelea.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, he was like, can't pay you much, but any ideas you have, we'll put it in the game. We're going to do 200 arcade cabinets. So,
Yeah, and just so happened to be the most epic game in history.
In history, yeah.
Like legit, I think Mortal Kombat
Yes.
changed how
game.
we looked for
Actually-
games.
Actually, that changed the game.
Yeah, literally,
Yes.
it's
Mortal
changed
Kombat changed the game of the games.
of the games. Yeah, legitly.
yo creo que sí, porque no había...
There was no gore back then.
¿Cuál fue primero, Mortal Kombat o Street Fighter?
Mortal. I think Mortal Kombat was before Street Fighter. I can't remember, but I
Right.
think
I think
so.
it's-
No, Street
like
Fighter
a-
was first. Street
Really?
Fighter was first.
¿Verdad?
Yeah, I think it was the first.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was more cartoony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more like
I think
draw.
Mortal Kombat was the first video game that actually had real person like
Yeah.
Como
combat.
3D.
Yeah, it's like a...
Yeah,
photo-
and here's the question. Here's the segue. How did you? How tedious was it to shoot these animations?
Really, really tedious. Porque nobody knew what they were doing.
Ajá.
So it was trial and
So-
error.
Well, two, when even when we pitched the game to Midway, the first time they said no.
Okay. So, but
So we-
but when the gore was always in, like Midway knew how gory it was supposed to be.
Midway, the company didn't know, but we.
You guys know.
Yeah, because myself, Tobias, Rich Davizio, who's Kano, and my brother Carlos, who's
Okay.
Raiden, we pitched the game to Ed Boon.
Okay.
So we went and made a presentation to Ed Boon on the game. And the game before Mortal Kombat, John did a game, man, I forget the name, but it had blood in it. But John was like, "Oh, this game has to have blood in it because we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it a
I
kung
think
fu
the
movie."
name. Actually, I think the name of the game it got blood. The name, blood something. I don't
Yes.
know. I don't remember, but I think I know. I got you. I think so. Let me think.
Just Google it. Google it in your brain and
Yeah.
then throw it.
Yeah. Yo creo que era Total Carnage.
Total Carnage. Does it
But
sound?
Total Carnage is not a game. Fight game. It's another kind of a game.
Right.
Yeah.
alright.
It doesn't matter. It was.
But
I
it
think it
had
was the
blood,
first one that had blood in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Daniel said. But yeah, I remember watching like still photographies of you guys on the set of you like filming the animations, and it it looked really tedious. You had like the tape on the floor. And you had like a broom with a tennis ball
I didn't
or something
know
like that,
that.
where you would hit like, oh, this is the target for the face, this is the target for body shots, this is the target for legs.
Wow.
How did it work?
Yeah, but it didn't start. No empezó así.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tobias me puso enfrente del cámara and he had a sheet of paper. And on the paper it said high, medium, low.
Low. Okay.
Era todo.
So you guys just made like from the top of your head, the
Improvisando.
attacks came from the top of your head.
Yeah, the text basically came from top of my head. I would be doing movement, and then we'd look at the videotape and then we do movement, porque también we didn't know. So the fist would start like this. And then we do like 20 así.
Uh-huh.
Y luego así.
Combo.
20,
Okay.
in different ways. 20, 20, 20. Everything. 20. Oh, what if instead of, what if you're going to punch and you just want a little bit of angle just to see what it looked like?
Mm-hmm.
So we spent
A whole day.
Oh, probably
we
months.
we spent the first 2 days we shot 8 hours a day, and then John was like, when we came in the next time to look at it, John was like, we can't use any of that.
Dios mío.
Holy
Scrap
crap.
it. We don't need
Yeah.
any of
Oh
it.
my
Y
God.
le dije, ¿qué pasó? Dije, cuando te acercas al cámara, estás más grande que
Exactly.
cuando estás. Yeah. So I was like, we got to mark the floor.
Exactly.
And John was like, you mark the floor, I'm going to mark the camera. So that way, every time we shoot, we could have things. So we
How
shot
hard?
the third day, es el tercer día, y cuando regresamos para el día 4,
Día.
alguien quitó el tape.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to start all
Start
over
over
again.
because the mark was not there. The consistency wasn't there.
Yeah.
So did you hit him on the face because you had to start over again?
But we were learning, so we weren't ready. We didn't.
Let me
we didn't-
practice.
We didn't we didn't even invite Ed Boon until 6 or 7 days later, 5-6 days later.
Wow.
So it was just John and I for like 6 days trying to create this movement, trying to create this the fighting. You know, at the beginning we wanted the fighting like the combos more like I wasn't like you just hit the buttons and then I would do different combos.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, you know what I mean? And that eventually this that I did last turned into this.
Yeah.
So we see him do. So everything was like, oh, we got to make it more basic. We have to really figure out what would work and what would not. Experiment. We were on concrete, so when I did my movements, a lot of the time during the first 6 days
The
was on
falls.
concrete.
The
Damn.
falls.
Caída, yeah, en concreto.
Mm.
So
Ouch.
jumping back on it, tumbling on concrete. So it was hard. It was hard.
So how involved were you in like the characters? Because they were
Te iba a
the
preguntar.
first roster was like really random. I mean, Scorpion and he had the polar opposite Sub-Zero and Kano. Like how did you guys come around to having such a
Yeah.
diverse group of characters?
Well, after John introduced the idea to Midway,
Mm-hmm.
for our second meeting, John was like, "Hey, they want another meeting. We're going to go live with the manager." That's when I went in front of Ed Boon. He was like, "Bring your best ideas. We have to have your best ideas."
Okay.
So when I was, it's like it was 1990. So I come in and then we're talking about Bloods and X-Ray tag teams. We're talking about all this stuff that we didn't put in number one, but later on they had.
Wow, so you guys were way ahead of the game. Like even before Marvel vs. Capcom, that they had the tag team that you guys like revolutionized the gaming industry. But, like you guys didn't even know what you had in your hands.
Because again, the whole thing was we were going to do 200 arcade cabinets,
Okay.
and then we were like, well, if we're going to do 200, we're going to do whatever we want because
Yeah.
nobody's going to pay attention to us.
Exactly.
Yes.
Really, you know, Ed is the manager. I didn't even work with him for like 60 hours.
That's amazing.
60 hours later, you know, because we didn't have anything to program. So it wasn't, you know, later on we brought him in to be like, hey, how do we program this uppercut? How do we make this work?
There you go.
And he would be like, then he would collaborate with us and tell us, oh, you want that to work? This is how we do it. Oh, you want that to work? This is how you do it. And then even the first month, he was hardly there. He would give us tips and then he'd leave.
Ah,
So
And we would just do it because we were just still creating the game.
so
Yeah.
do you think he like legit like believe in the game before, or you guys?
No, because he's the one who said no the first round.
yeah. So you guys have the programming the game first, then the history of the game, like the
the storyline.
the storyline of the every character you have.
I think the
before
storyline
or
didn't
after?
come to play after like the third.
Yeah,
The
the
third
the
one.
Lord came the third. But like an example, when I went in front of Ed and John, I was like, listen, it's the 90s. We cannot use Japanese ninjas.
Exactly.
I was like, we need to. This game would be cool if we embraced the mythical characters in the Lin Kuei. And
Okay.
Tobias and Boo were like, what's that? And then so I told them about the myth of it, like, oh, this is going to Chinese ninja, plus they use mysticism.
So you were really involved in this, though.
Wow, sí.
So and then I was like, so, and then he's like, John was just like, and so I told him they're dark, but they wear Chinese armor, so they don't look like Japanese ninja. They look like Chinese ninja. So I went with them to the store to buy the book and everything like that. But it was like, so the characters, the actors had a lot to do with creating like the characters. So basically, I changed, Scorpion and Sub-Zero to look the way they kind of are now, and also that lore of the Lin Kuei. It was like I introduced that.
Wow, that's
Okay.
epic.
So you made
in
the
the
story.
third one, John expanded, but I made them change that, and then different ideas. Going in, everybody had input.
Yeah, it's interesting how the whole story just snowballed. It started with you, and it just kept evolving and evolving, and it really has never lost its essence from the first two installments. So it's like really cool that your input it's still involved even in the whole movie right now.
Yeah, and too, I understand right now because back then there was no laws were very different.
Yeah. Like
So right now they don't like to say they downplay my involvement, all the actors' involvement, because that whole intellectual property. These guys can't. 30 years later they can't be like, oh yeah, these guys created the game, because then, it's $1 billion industry. They would owe us a lot of money if they ever kind of came forward and told the truth.
And
so,
how true is that Johnny Cage involvement was based on like Jean-Claude Van Damme? I thought I've already asked you this question in person, but
not really.
Tell us.
Not really, because when we pitched the game to Ed, we wanted the character was Michael Grimm was based off of Daniel Rad, Iron Fist Kung Fu.
Okay.
But Ed had this idea after we gave him the fighting idea. He was like, oh, we'd make more money if we got Jean-Claude Van Damme, which I could totally understand because he's a big name, and they're going to have a regular beat 'em up game. It's not going to be, 1-on-1. It's going to be your Van Damme, and you go up levels and beat people up.
Okay.
So it was a totally different idea.
Yeah, it was a platform game. It was different.
Right. But when Van Damme said no, John and Ed were like, hey, can we make fun of Van Damme a little bit? And I was
That's
So,
what I expect.
so this is even better. So Johnny Cage was making fun of Van Damme because he said no to the project. It's like fuck.
yeah.
It's a
So
fuck you.
Actually,
Yeah.
actually, it's like
it's like basically,
it's like
basically
Deadpool.
they were like, hey, let's do this. And I was like, no. And then John and Ed were like, if you do some of it, just do a little Van Damme and I will buy you a pizza. I'll buy you an extra large pizza.
Let's do this.
Because they're not really paying us. So John was gonna pay us for food, and I was like,
For
"Go buy me an
food,
extra
for
large
food.
pizza
For
tonight."
food.
He's like, I will buy you an extra large pizza tonight. Just do it.
So Johnny Cage, it's a legit fuck you to Van Damme.
Yeah, more of that than what. It didn't start off as Van Damme, and I can understand like later on they wanted to be that, but besides those two or three moves that I did like Van Damme, I didn't have Van Damme in mind in any of the creation of the moves.
Wow,
So,
amazing. Yeah, either way, Johnny Cage has always looked a lot more like a traditional American fighter.
Same.
He always looks like Chuck Norris style fighting. Like the other side of the coin of Bruce Lee.
El Bruce Lee americano.
That's how it looked. That's how it looked without the whole. Yeah. That's how it looked.
Porque como él es americano, hacía.
Yeah, exactly. So, did you guys from the start knew that every single character had different powers?
we made sure that every character would do. If you look at the first two games, you will notice that everyone's techniques are just a little different.
No, they're a lot different.
And that too is like I made sure, because I was there in 95% of the filming
Okay.
of Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, so I made sure that every character, I'd be like, no, we can't do it like that because somebody else is doing like that.
Okay.
And so I would help them create like a different technique so that way everyone wouldn't look exactly the same, but they had to kind of be the same because it's still a 2D fighting game with limited technology. So my thing was like, helping create fatalities or special moves. I had a hand in every character doing that.
Yeah, that's so epic. The fact that how did the first fatality came into your table? Like, okay, we're gonna go with this for this character, and then we're gonna go this for this character. How was the brainstorming for this?
We were looking at the tape, John and I.
Okay.
We're looking at the video because we would film for a while, then we'd look at it to see what we wanted to change or, what kind of like just study it and see what we could come up to, different ideas. So we were looking at it, and John looked at me and he's like, it just can't end like that. Because you just can't be like, you're like this. You can't end like that. You can't just like, we got to think of he's like, remember the Kung Fu movie, how they have a death blow? He's like, we have to think of a way that they have finishing moves.
Wow, so this is like the flying guillotine. This is like the flying guillotine type of style. Like,
yeah. So he was like, we need a way to finish him. Think of a finishing move.
That's cool.
And the first ever fatality was I wanted to jump up in the air and then put my fist through the guy's skull, and then they look at the camera and he has a hole in his skull.
Wow.
Well, that would be like a Johnny Cage move. That would be awesome for a Johnny Cage fatality.
But we filmed it, and then John looked at it, and then John was just like,
it doesn't translate, yeah.
Yeah, because it's going to take too much time. We have 8 months to finish this project. And then he was like, think of something else. And then I thought of like the first brutality. I was like, what if he goes like this? He's so weak, he falls on his knees, and then I just blah, 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 and then I punch his head off. And so we filmed that, and then John was like, it would be cool if we get 3 fatalities for each character.
Lo está diciendo y lo estoy viendo.
No, here's the thing. What's incredible is that back then, nobody knew like the whole moves behind the fatality. You never knew like down, back, forward, and then something else. So how did that word of mouth like spread out? Did you guys like said, no, you could do this and it would happen in a fatality?
I recall that one time John was playing some kids in the arcade.
And he did it?
We tested. And in the end, he beat up the kid, and then he did one fatality. And when the kids around it looked at it, they were just like, what?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, he started dropping quarters in, trying to figure out, like, what he did.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's the way you sell the game.
Yeah, and this is amazing because there was no social media back then, so nobody knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah,
so you had to
pay
knew
for that.
Yeah, exactly. You had to knew someone that knew how to do the fatality for them to teach you.
Wow.
So there was no social media. Nobody knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, también te acuerdas, unos vienen con una toalla y se pone de toalla en las manos para que no puedas saber qué están haciendo.
I remember those assholes. I remember those assholes.
Because this guy, he
I am
paid a
too
lot
young.
for know what the fuck he's gonna do.
Yeah. They were hustlers. They were hustlers.
He paid a lot. He paid a lot for know what's going on because it's the short time you have for make the finishing. It's like.
How many seconds was it? Like 10 seconds?
Yeah, what's the time?
Now we have
You
YouTube.
remember what the time for the finishing move?
Unos 3 segundos.
3 seconds.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you paid a quarter for
Yeah,
be in that time for 3 seconds.
3
For
seconds.
remember left is right something to do something. So
What
if
a
you don't do
talent.
it, you need to pay another quarter or win the game for be like.
I can't even pee in 3 seconds. Like the fucking, I can't even remember what the fuck to do in the fatality.
No, because you need to remember how to play all the games. So you need to play like all the fight, 2 rounds, to wait for the moment.
Yeah.
If you make wrong, you kick. That's it.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
You fail.
You fucked
you
your
fail,
moment.
So
Yeah.
you need to make another one. Somebody else put a money for
Yo, whoa. No. This is
Está todo el mundo-
like fucking
Yeah,
my mind because the thing is that
the minds,
that's
right?
the thing. There was no social media. Nobody knew what the fuck they were doing.
Word of mouth.
So
Word
the
of
only
mouth.
ones that knew were the creators. So it had to come from you guys.
Yeah. Y a escondidas, porque if your mom caught you doing a
Dude.
fatality, oh.
No.
Yeah.
My mom.
Double.
My mom would beat the shit out of me
La
if she
chancleta.
saw me playing that game.
It's much better just do a jab.
Yeah.
To finish him. A
Yeah.
jab. That's it. Your mom is there. You just do a jab or low kick.
Yeah, you had to have like a bigger cousin that you would have to go to his house and then play the game like on the back side of your mom because they wouldn't. If you would legit get your ass beat if they saw you playing this game back then.
But the thing is, at the time the arcade go now is the first time or the game come out first.
Yeah, that's
in
a
the,
good question.
In the NES, I think so, right?
The Super Nintendo.
Nintendo,
No,
Super
no,
Nintendo.
Yo lo tuve en
Because
Super
we did-
Nintendo.
It came out first in arcades and then Super Nintendo, right?
It came out in arcades for like almost a year.
Whoa!
Okay.
So when it comes out with a Nintendo, everybody know the finishing move. So that's not the point. The point is learning in the time of the arcade mode, in arcade times.
Yeah.
Whoa!
The magazines, all of a sudden the magazines, you
Yeah.
buy the magazine.
I remember the magazines that told you the whole roster of
But
the
you need
moves.
to
They were
buy
really
the
expensive back then.
Someone of the crew, he need buy the magazine for no one finishing because in the magazine every issues of the magazine have just one finishing move.
Yeah, they have one.
I remember that shit.
The
Yo
hustle.
soy bien joven.
Está cabrón. Yeah.
So you
I
need-
like in between you two.
Whoa! Trust me. When I go to the Blockbuster,
Diablo.
that's a time. I ran Prince of Persia and Mortal Kombat. So that's the games in that time.
Wow.
I remember that, and I fight with my
Yo
brother.
quiero la porquería.
I fight with my brother to know. I had the time for play or Mortal Kombat or Prince of Persia, and in the time you have in the rent in Blockbuster, so it's 3 days. So you need to play Mortal Kombat and Prince of Persia.
In those 3 days. But here's the fun question. I'm gonna throw this to you, Gary. This game ended up back there in Isabela too.
Yes, I have it. Yo lo tenía en Super Nintendo, pero tenía el 3, si no me equivoco.
So how was your experience playing this game back
Me
then?
encantó. Me daba miedo, mira esto. Me daba miedo porque yo lo jugaba bien de noche. Y el muchacho de la camisa violeta que salía de momento que hacía whoopsie.
I was gonna ask this. How did the whole whoopsie
Me
came
daba
along?
miedo porque salía de momento y me asustaba.
How did that came along?
Ed used
Who
to
is
play.
that guy? Who is that
Dan
guy?
Forden.
Who was that?
Dan Forden, el que hace la música, que hizo la música.
Damn.
Ellos
that's cool.
jugaban, and Ed le encantó Scorpion because Scorpion's on one side,
And then he disappears
Scorpion
and
comes
jumps.
on the other side. That is Ed created that move.
Okay.
So that was one of the first moves that he created. So he really liked to play Scorpion. So at the end, when he would give fatality to Dan Forden, he used to be like, "Oh, I'm going to make you toast. Te voy a quemar como un pedazo de pan." Y luego,
Toasty.
"Yeah, I'm going to get toast. Ooh, toasty." Y de allí salió.
But then for the second one, it changed. Where every time you get an uppercut, you get the toasty.
Y yo decía whoopsie. Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah.
Actually, it's toasty.
It's toasty. So now we know it's toasty. That's amazing. That's a good
Wow.
segue. Good job, Garisa. Because I was gonna ask that question
Aporté
either way.
algo.
How did the whole toasty came along?
Aporté
With?
algo.
Yeah.
So this guy is the sound guy. Only make the music, or every sounds he make it.
Everybody, todo el mundo
No,
cooperó.
música. Nomás está vivo porque con música ya hay leyes. Él es dueño. Solamente el compañía puede rentarlo.
Oh wow.
So he's
Yeah,
you know,
he's rolling on the
a
dough.
little bit
Yeah,
at
yeah,
a
yeah.
time, a little bit at a time.
So
You
he
know?
made only the music. This guy, he made the music only.
Yeah. We did some of the voices, and some of the other people in the company did other voices.
The finishing move is not finishing voice is not yours. It's from the company.
Some of them are. Cuando en el segundo o el primero hay un vez que Johnny Cage hace yeah. Ese es mi voz.
Okay.
That's my
The word he said when he wins, that yours, right?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Y como el Get Over Here, el
Get Over
Kano
Here.
lo creó.
Who created it?
Kano.
Kano.
Rich
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, cuando yo competía con el arma de Scorpion.
Okay.
Yo le-
This
y
is
yo
a
le
question
dije,
that I was gonna
yeah,
ask.
Yeah. Y yo le dije a John, yo quiero poner esto en el juego. Y dijo, ok, vamos a hacerlo. Y una vez cuando lo estaba haciendo, Rich Divisio, Kano, lo hizo como Kano, get over here. Porque ese es el voice de Rich.
Yeah, it is.
Y luego rizamos por todo el día, nomás él le encantó eso. Él oyó eso y todo el día estaba, get over here. Y caminando, get over here.
For everything.
It
lo
still
puso en el
happens
juego.
today. I
Yeah,
bet,
that's the
that a
word.
shitload of people every time that they do something, they go, get over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, ¿te quedó igual?
Every people read in somewhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Get
yeah.
over here. He said in the way
And
Scorpion said.
this is like pop culture right now. Like this, the get over here. I think it's like even in comedies. Like they wrap someone around, they pull them up, and they go, get over here.
Yeah, actually, everybody see the movie right now is coming out. Everybody see the trailer is waiting for that word.
Yeah, and
Everybody
Segue.
say see that
Yo no lo he
trailer
visto.
is waiting for this moment.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
who
Y
gonna say
también
it?
la,
How
yeah,
gonna
y
say
también
it?
la arma. Están esperando la arma de Scorpion. Yeah. So every time you see it, think of me.
All right.
awesome. There you go. You get it. You get it. You get it. You get it. Bro, did you see the movie? Did you see the new movie?
Yeah, I saw the new movie.
Did you enjoy it? What did you like? What
I
didn't you
haven't
like?
seen it.
You should watch it. It's fun.
You know what? I like I thought the actors did a really good job,
Yeah.
Yep. It is.
but I felt that it was rushed.
Yeah, I think we all felt that. I think we all felt that.
Well, I think even though the idea has been used before,
Mhm.
they could have done like Marvel. Marvel introduced each character separately, and then they put them together for Endgame.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I every time said it's much better if it was like a series.
Like a series.
Like a
Okay.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the way
Sería cool.
that they did on YouTube did a series. It was called Mortal Kombat Legacy. I think it was.
Really?
It was really good. They had Michael J. White as Jax. That series was amazing. You guys need to watch this. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. This is how it should really go. It's amazing. It's fun as fuck. You should watch it. But I felt that movie was fun either way.
Yes, it
I
was.
want to see what they do with the bigger budget. That's all. That's it.
Yeah.
I want to see what they do with the bigger budget. That's my take. It was fun. It felt rushed, but I liked what they did with the tattoo thing because it was the only way to portray that people had powers. Because I couldn't wrap my hand around like how we would propose this idea that people have powers
Una araña.
either than this.
Como
But
una araña,
also-
como Spider-Man.
yeah.
But actually, I like the way if you don't know the mark, you don't have the powers. or something
exactly.
like
That's
that. I love
actually
that
cool
shit.
as fuck.
I love that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing is, you wanna make a cameo in this? next-
That's super cool. That would be awesome if
that's
they
gonna
had,
be
they had
awesome if you do a cameo in this place. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
yo creo que no, porque no me encantan ellos en Warner Brothers. Siempre, yo siempre voy a decir la historia que pasó de la creación de Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Y otra gente no le encanta eso porque ellos, ellos tienen toda la plata, tienen todo el crédito,
All right.
y no están felices con mí. So,
So the history of the first Mortal Kombat is not close of what we see in this movie.
the history of Mortal, pues no es la historia, es como lo creemos el juego.
Okay.
Okay, I got you.
You
I
know
got
what
you.
I mean? You know, it is true that like John Tobias did develop the lore, but in number 3.
All right.
But we gave him ideas how to create the lore.
Okay.
So if you asked him how was the lore created, he's gonna say, everything he did in number 3. But it's like a lawyer. You know, if you don't ask the exact
question, you wouldn't know the right answer.
No te van a decir. You know, también cuando the mask that Kano has. Era la idea de Rich. They never give him credit for that. También, get over here. You never hear, oh, Rich DeVizio created that. No, you don't hear that stuff. Yeah. You don't hear anything like that.
And on that, I think actually Kano was the best character in this movie.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. So the Midway got something in this movie, or just he sold the
rights?
history, the rights, and that's the way.
Yeah. Midway ya hace mucho. I think when it was 2006, they sold the rights.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think actually, well, did the comic books come before that? I think yes.
Comics
Because they come. They're comics. That's how we actually know the background story of Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
In the games, you don't see that.
No, you don't see that backstory. We see this in comics, right?
Yeah, because we didn't know it was going to be that big.
Exactly.
There was no reason to make such a big story for 200 arcade cabinets. You know?
You are just a couple of guys want to make a game.
Exactly.
That's
it's just
the first
having
time.
fun.
Then you make something for the story, and you make the character. Every character got the story, and then
shit
what
just
happened?
got out of hand.
Yeah, but that's happened in the third game. Start the history, right? In the first 2 games, it's just game like Mortal Kombat.
A little bit of story.
Yeah,
a little bit of story.
Everybody fighting.
Do you have a inspiration from another game to do Mortal Kombat?
Películas.
The what?
Yo creo que más películas.
Oh,
For
movies.
the movies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, películas como si ves a Johnny Cage cuando tira the green ball.
Okay.
I got that idea from Big Trouble in Little China when there's a wizard called Egg Chen, and Egg Chen pulls out stuff from his bag and he throws it at a cave where the monster comes out.
Yeah.
Damn,
So si ves a Johnny Cage, él pone las manos aquí atrás y luego lo tira como Egg Chen.
Awesome. That's epic, bro.
Wow.
Gotitas del saber, ¿viste?
Yeah. That's amazing. So
Y también como Raiden, porque mi hermano le ayudó he collaborated, he helped create it. He liked Lightning from Big Trouble in Little China, so él
it's very similar.
el movimiento de allí también del Lightning.
And how was Shiva was created? Because he have for hands.
Yeah, Chiba and Goro.
Shiva and Goro, yeah.
Maybe Goro, because in Chiba started in
Fourth
things.
installment, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So
Yeah, we had Goro. Goro was going to be the big boss.
He looked like the big boss either way.
And man, he beats the crap out of you, man.
Yeah. He looked like he always looked bigger than Motaro and everything else.
actually, the Shao Kahn is just the guy who had the money.
Yeah, that's how it looked. Shao Kahn was a
But
lawyer.
It's not like a fighter.
He's
not a fighter. He's like, I
Yeah.
just want to fight. I got
so
money.
He looked like a legit mob boss. He had like Motaro and Goro, and you gotta fuck with these two to get to me.
Yeah. If you wanna fight,
That's the vibe that I had.
If you want to fight, I got 6 hands. Mine and 2 more, and 4 more.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So actually, how did you guys get to film like the whole Motaro and Goro? Because those characters were not human.
Yeah, they're only about this big. So stop animation. Stop animation.
So that was no fucking way. So you had stop animation
Esos
on
son como
top.
los
See,
muñequitos.
Foto por
yeah, photo por photo.
Dios mío.
Damn.
So, holy crap. So that was like, that had to
Qué
be like
trabajo.
expensive as fuck at that moment.
No, it was
No?
because there was no money. no, there
Yeah,
was no money.
it's like
Johnny just
it's
did it,
like
you know,
Oh my
like
god.
Johnny Cage's costume come from my house. It wasn't nobody bought me anything.
actually, you know what?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
I thought it's somebody like se trepó uno encima de otro, like somebody.
A piggyback ride and
Yeah,
one on top of the other.
I thought it was like that. Actually, look,
They had
Goro is
little
behind
rascals
you.
on it.
When I say that, Goro
imaginé.
show in the back in the machine.
No, solamente está como así.
Oh,
Oh
crap.
my god.
But
Yeah.
so Goro is more than Goro start when everything is like figure out how gonna do that first, right? So you make other characters first, and Goro was the like last
But
character. maker.
here's the thing: Goro and Motaro were not humans, so they had to be. Were they stop animation, both of them?
Yeah, everything was stop animation. But Goro came in. The idea for Goro came in right after the fourth character. So it was Johnny Cage, first character. Nomás no tenían nombres. Era Danny primero. Luego era Rich. Kano.
Okay.
No,
Luego
alright.
era Raiden.
Right.
Luego,
No tenían apellido.
the Lin Kuei.
Who did Kung Lao?
Kung Lao was last.
Last was the last one,
no,
really?
No, Liu Kang was last.
Okay.
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang was. How the fuck was he like the canon?
like
if he was last.
yeah.
Porque eso porque we were so competitive with each other. Always
That
competing.
explains it.
And two, Hosang was like, I don't really want to do this game because they're not paying us.
Okay.
And I was like, do me a favor, be in this game. And then Hosang was like, I will be in this game, nomás put me last. Porque yo voy a ver que ustedes
What are you guys doing for me to do better?
and I'm going to do something better. So he wanted to
so
go last because he
they
wanted to
take
do
the
the best.
ideas,
Yo
and
soy
he,
él.
he takes all the ideas for make his character.
Yeah, to make his
Wow.
character even bigger.
Oh wow.
What an a-hole.
And actually, it's the
He's
most,
the canon. He's like
yeah, it's the most important
lead
character
actor.
in Mortal Kombat. So
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
The more you know.
Johnny
Wow.
Cage is the sidekick.
amazing.
Johnny Cage is the sidekick. Liu Kang is the hero.
how comes Sub-Zero in the game?
Porque nosotros queríamos a tener dos female
Ninjas.
characters, I think, at one time, and then we wanted to have something like Jax in the first game.
All right.
Nomás we ran out of time because we didn't know what we were doing. They gave us 9 months, but we didn't have anything.
Okay.
So we spent so much time on me helping to create the game that finally they were like, we need another character, but we only need, we don't have enough time. So John asked me to actually, for the first game, there are 4, I did movements for 4 Lin Kuei. So
Okay.
not only Scorpion and Sub-Zero, I did 2 other extra characters that
wow.
never came out in the game.
Ooh.
Wow. So did this like translate into like Smoke and Reptile afterwards?
I think it gave them the idea that when we don't have, when crunch time comes, no tenemos tiempo, es fácil a poner esos.
Yeah.
It's just change.
It
change
would
the
make sense to
color,
change the color
change
and
the
powers.
color and do other move for standing, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause-
yeah, they'd have the same because we at the beginning they were brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I was like, well, if they're going to be brothers, it's okay if they have the same sidekick because they come from the same school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of techniques are similar because their styles are similar. They're both Lin Kuei.
Yeah.
So in the first 2 games, they kind of look very similar, and only their fighting stance changes because that way you can tell which one's Sub-Zero and which one's Scorpion.
Actually, if you see Reptile, right? Reptile is like a fusion of
Yeah.
2 styles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fun the fact that Scorpion is completely offense and Sub-Zero is completely defense.
Yes, it is.
So they were like really polar opposites.
They really, I think You know, Warner Brothers got lucky. They got lucky. They really did.
Definitely. I think that the whole interesting thing is that afterwards, for me, getting up in the morning and like getting up at 6 o'clock a.m., hopping up on Fox, putting on Kid Fox that was in at that time, and you actually got to see the whole animation of Mortal Kombat, and then like G.I. Joe and all these other stories. They were, I think, kids are missing out these days. They don't have to wake up in the morning and watch these whole animations and stories.
No, they got YouTube.
No, yeah, they got YouTube and Netflix.
They have it all there.
Yeah, but they don't even know what they're missing out.
So another thing, the name of Mortal Kombat that show up in the start, or the name of the game comes later.
Era después. Como los nombres de los personajes también era después.
Okay.
When we were filming, Raiden was Hathead.
Hathead. Okay. So it was like code name. Code name Hathead.
Yeah, code name. He didn't officially have Raiden yet, though. John had Raiden, the Thunder God, in mind. We used to call him Hathead. We used to call like Kung Lao Odd Job. Porque
for the hat, they would throw the hat like Odd Job.
We called him Odd Job. Everybody had a nickname. Mine was just Danny because it was just Danny.
Danny, yeah.
My character.
So another thing, this is an interesting question. Like Raiden, his power was like to fly and crash on someone. How the fuck did you guys film that? Who ate shit on the floor constantly to make him fly?
John and Ed wanted him to fly.
Okay.
So John was like, stand up, Carlos, and we're just going to turn you sideways and fly. And I was like, no, you can't do that because it's going to look, los pies van a estar así.
They're just going to be sideways instead of this.
Yeah. You know that Superman points his toes when he flies.
he needs style points. He needs style points.
A menos que baile ballet.
Exactly. Yeah. He needs style points.
So yo le dije, you got to make him fly. And then, but lay down and fly. And then John was like, let's get the chair. And I was like, you can't put him on the chair because he won't look like he's balancing. Whenever you put somebody in the chair, they look like they're sitting on the chair. Mm-hmm. That's why if you look at behind the scenes, everybody's doing it on staircase, because I was like, we need to use a staircase because porque when you're balancing, you tienes fuerza. No más estás sentado.
You don't look floppy.
Yeah, that's como si está. So I was like, we need to put Carlos on the stairs. So John was like, okay, let's get the stairs. So se estaba acomodando to lift his legs.
Wow.
He couldn't lift his legs. He went a little forward. So when he lifted his legs, he smashed his balls.
Oh crap! That's the sound goes.
That's the.
Y nosotros riemos, nomás todo el día gritamos así, ¡oh! Y luego allí salió ese idea salió en el
Wow!
And how did they do the backflip? Because Raiden just hits you, and then if you block it, he does a backflip going back. That's interesting.
El primer juego usamos la cámara it wasn't a professional camera. La cámara era del papá de Tobias.
Oh, really? So it's like a Panasonic camera that someone had in their backyard?
Sony High
Una
8.
JVC.
Wow.
Sony High 8 nomás de casa. It wasn't a professional studio. It was John Tice's dad's camera.
You guys make the world. So
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, this is like crazy. They everything was homemade.
So
when we're looking at it, if you do the movement too fast, it looks grainy.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. Actually,
So John and I it stumbled on us. John me dijo, mira, brinca. Alguien va a pasarlo. Somebody's going to sweep you. You got to jump over the sweep. And so I would jump up. And then John's like, because there was only overlet hiding, John's like, your head is getting dark.
It was getting cut.
Yeah, don't jump so high. Okay, I jumped lower. And then John was like, but lift up your legs. And then I looked at John and I was like, you want me to float? How am I going to jump? How am I going to stand there and lift my legs? So I tried a little bit, and I'm getting frustrated because I'm doing it a lot. 50, 60 times on concrete. You're just jumping.
Yeah.
And finally I was like, John, what if you get me jumping? And I looked over and I saw a staircase. And I was like, I'm going to get on the staircase and I'm going to tuck like a ball. And John's like, just use a chair. And that's when I told him, John, you can't use a chair because if you're using a chair, it's going to look like I'm sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
But if we use the staircase, I could get on the edge and I can balance myself and tuck myself in, and then you can grab those frames and rotate them so everything's clean.
Holy crap, man.
Wow.
So John was like, that is a good idea. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So that we started doing that. Then later on, I was like, this is good because I could rearrange people to make the jump kicks all look different because if they lean back, I could hold them up.
Exactly.
So that would look like different kicks, so their body is in different positions. So that was like one of the ideas that I came up with. So that's when we did the flip. That's how everybody does their flip because we just sit on that, take the frames, and then rotate them.
Wow, it's amazing. The fun thing is that nobody knows how. I like to ask these questions because as a stuntman, you have to like form yourself around the situations that you're filming.
Yep.
And the combat is never the same, so that's why I'm asking like, how did you guys do the flips? Because as you said, you had like a certain frame that you had to keep still. You couldn't pass from there because it would be cut.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I thought you guys like sell to Midway idea, and then you record it again like with a high camera stuff. I thought you make like a demo for Midway. And so the game you play right now is
What they did.
film with a low quality camera
On a budget.
And wow,
It's amazing.
Wow.
And no budget.
All the time, this time I just think the final game we playing right now is like a new stuff making and not the thing you say right now. So what you making in the start is the
final
you play
product.
right now.
Yeah, it's a final product. It's what you get. It's
That's
what you
the
get.
crazy
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Wow.
That's the crazy
Yo estoy
thing.
aquí como que.
No, I'm also mind blown, and I've already had this conversation with him, but this
Holy
is like
crap.
taking a whole different direction. Another move that I think is interesting, and I wanna know how the fuck you guys pulled this off, is the whole what's her name? I forget now. Sonia Blade, the one that she grabs you by the legs and then
Ella era mi
throws you.
favorita.
How did you guys film that? Because did you have to film with every single character?
Who make Sonya first?
He knows.
Liz Malecki actually is like is the first Sonya is Sonya. In my view, anybody who's come second or third or fourth is like an actor because the people who first did the characters most of them got to create moves. Like for that thing,
Wow.
Liz was like, hey, I want to be able to use a backbend. I could do a backbend. And then she showed us the backbend. And then we were just thinking like that. And then John was just like, oh, it would be cool if somehow she could grab you and throw you over. So at the beginning, when she went over, I would stand there and she would hit me with her legs on my shoulders. And then I was like, but when she hit me with her legs, she would kind of like unsteady. And when we look at it, we're like, it's too blurry. So finally I was like, you know what? When she's coming over, I will catch her legs and then throw her back.
Amazing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And so when she came over, I grabbed her legs and I kind of pushed back. But that's the thing is like, she was like, she wanted to use that move.
All right.
That in the game. So any Sonya who does that move is acting like Liz Malecki.
And that's the thing, Ms. Malecki, like I think that she
Quiero verla.
revolutionized filming industry because that's a move that every single like superhero female does. Like you see Black Widow doing that in Marvel films. You see that like a signature woman like power.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not fucking with you guys.
Yeah,
You
it's
see
like-
this in every single female
That's
fight
my-
scene. Like that Sonya Blade move is in there every single fight scene.
enough. If my legs is enough hard to do that shit because
Yeah.
he grab you with the legs and
Grab your face and throw you
fucking
back.
Throw back.
Fuck you, dude.
Wow.
Can you do that, Keritza?
No. yo soy más como Sindel.
That's actually a good question. Whoa. Sindel,
Ella sí era mi favorita. Yo
who
siempre
thought of
escogía
the
ella.
fact that Sindel would just wrap you in the like hair, flip you the fuck out?
Ella definitivamente no
for-
tenía extensiones.
I'm not sure, but when we were mentioning video, when we were mentioning ideas, there was a movie called Bride with White Hair.
Okay. I
Kung Fu
don't
movie.
remember. JJ, I think he remembers. He's like
Yeah.
going, wow, back
Yeah,
then.
Kung Fu movie.
La voy a buscar
It's
para
a
que
She
vean.
grabs you with her hair.
Yeah, it is.
¿Cómo era Bride?
Oh, so this was like a kung fu movie.
Yeah, it's a kung fu movie.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
La voy a buscar, la voy a
Like,
buscar.
Old
like
movie.
very like 50s, 60s.
¿Cómo se llamaba Bride?
Bride
Bride
with
with white hair.
what? Bride with white hair. Okay. So this was like also like
veo.
flying guillotine age, right?
A little bit later, 80s, like early to mid 80s, but it was, it was around that time, I think.
Yeah, that looks very 80s.
yes, it is.
Yeah, that
Y
looks
está-
very
y está
80s.
la dos.
Yeah, there's a second one.
It got two movies for that.
Wow, look at her.
Actually, that's like really. That's also an image that it transcends like Chinese filmography. That's
it is.
also used a lot. The women with white hair.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like it. So
Lo
you're
único que Sindel era más dark.
sí, aparentemente, and she screamed, and then that was her
Es
power.
Latina.
El Latina.
Es Latina.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. So okay.
Almost everybody who worked on Mortal Kombat is Latino.
Oh,
wow.
really?
I
Oh,
think
wow.
Ed Boon is Dominican.
Wow.
Tobías, yo creo que es de Ecuador.
Wow.
Yo y mi hermano de mamá y papá de Mexico. So
Mexico,
Raiden
so-
and me are and I'm half the characters of number one. So,
Yeah.
So do you think that actually influenced in having this video game being so diverse? Because no, like really, I think there's no video game that is so diverse that had like a legit black man, that had like women, Asian people, like as you say, like Latinos. So do you think that this involved in having such a diverse group?
you know what? It was diverse group because one of the guys who helped John draw the first Mortal Kombat comic book that on the video game, you're going to see at the end where to send your money, and you send it to the
Like a
company
P.O.
and they mail
box?
you it.
Did it have
So
like a
that
PO
comic
box that you
book-
send, and then
yeah.
they send you like the?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
amazing! I feel
Yeah,
so.
so
I feel
the
so
first
old.
one they have that, but
I feel so
that
young.
guy who helped John, and he also did the artwork for Nintendo. I have some of his Nintendo pieces.
Okay.
But anyway, this guy is the one who brought us all together.
So
But
you don't guys meet before then the game?
No. Cuando
at
estábamos jóvenes. Cuando estábamos jóvenes. Cuando mi hermano tenía como 11 años. When he made the game, when we made the game, I think Carlos was 23. So
So you meet you,
when we were younger, there was a friend who would get artists together. He's the one who hooked John Tobias with my brother.
Okay.
He would look for artists and people. So in our group,
Uh-huh.
we always had like diverse. We had Chinese guys. We had African Americans. We had almost every
Every
ethnic
flavor
group.
of human being, it was there.
Yeah, because we were like a group who were trying to he put this group together to be like creative.
Okay.
He's,
Oh.
it'd be cool if we do a movie together, or DJs. We had
Wow.
DJs. We had
That's so
breakdancers in the
cool.
group of friends.
Wow.
Yo no puedo
So
creer
the
que
group is diverse because of that.
no puedo
we gotta
creer
be
que
cool.
esa gente exista de verdad.
Yeah, it's amazing how in a time that it was not common for all that diverse group to be like it united to make this product.
Yeah, it is.
And it's still hard to do because we're still watching this in movies and stuff like that. It's amazing that you all came together and made this epic product that transcended like generations. Because it's transcended a shit ton of generations.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's amazing, bro.
I got a questions. You have the original mask of Scorpion. You have it.
Yo tenía el primero, alguien lo compró.
How sweaty was it? How sweaty was it?
It's not really that sweaty, but hold on.
Go ahead. You can go.
For the people listening, Daniel is looking for something in his background. He's just moving figures, moving scorpions and sub-zeros in his backdrop to show us something. For the people that are listening.
Yeah,
I mean, he is like the legit
holy
scorpion.
shit! Look at that shit. It's coming in the box.
Ahí tiene algo de cristal.
Holy shit!
Wow. He has it like in a whole fish tank.
Estos son los zapatos de Johnny Cage that we wore the first day of production.
Shit!
So this is like Captain America's shield.
Shield, yeah, definitely.
Esta es la cinta de Johnny Cage.
Oh my God, the
Johnny
headband.
Cage es size 3 de niño.
They have the
Este es el cinta de Raiden.
Wow. Oh my God.
You have the glasses for the Johnny Cage.
Alguien se sentó en ellas.
Like it says, this is such a real problem. I swear to God, if Kiaritza was a character in Mortal Kombat, this is what would happen. Me senté en las gafas ayer. ¿Qué podemos hacer?
Perdón.
For complete my question. ¿Cuánto pagó la persona que compró la máscara de Scorpion?
The legit price.
What's the price of the market of the
It doesn't have like to be like the exact price. Just give us the rounded price.
Like
60 pesos.
More than 8,000.
Great, good job,
Okay.
proud of you. But give that
Okay,
back.
okay.
Get it? Yeah, definitely.
Y la cosa es que lo vendí porque Rich called me up and said, "Hey, this guy wants to buy any Mortal Kombat
Memorabilia.
memorabilia." And I was like, "Well, I don't know if I want to get rid of it." He's like, Where do you have this memorabilia right now?
You are the memorabilia. You know this, bro, right?
But Rich is the type of guy. Kano's the type of guy to be on the phone. He's like, I'm gonna stay on the phone until you find it. So I looked, and on the bottom of a box.
Oh, you bad guy.
but not even at my mother's house. So not even my own house.
So you don't see it, you don't need it.
So Rich is like, he's like, you
bueno.
have this. You don't even care about it. This guy wants to buy it.
So does this translate into your school? Does all this money that you got after memorabilia, did it go to funding your whole martial arts school? Because you have an epic school, by the way. It's amazing. Every time I see you filming in your own dojo, it's amazing.
With the memorabilia, not so much, but not so much, not as much as some of the other guys who work for the company made.
Okay.
They made a pretty good amount of money. Us as the actors, because the laws weren't.
They weren't said. This was new.
Yeah, the laws weren't clear with us.
Mm-hmm.
So, like our ideas and stuff like that didn't really translate to any money. So as far as like money, yeah, we didn't even get hardly anything compared to the guys who actually work for the company.
Yeah, well, they're throwing money at right now because I bet the guys are doing the movie are getting highly compensated.
Yeah.
So
different time.
Yeah, the whole different time. But it's amazing how you trailblazed the whole such an epic story in pop culture. And I think either way, even if you didn't get that big bag, you were involved in this epic story that transcended generations, and only just didn't transcend generations. It evolved pop culture because we've never played such a gory game Like we've never been so involved in going like to a friend's house and it's just like everybody get together and let's just play this game. Let's just fuck each other up and virtually.
In this time, you see the effort you guys do when I start make this game. Because when you this time you start to make this game, you say I'm gonna do a game. That's it, and like a fun time. But
Exactly.
I think you don't expect.
Yeah, nobody expected this. I think nobody expected.
In 2000.
Es un juego del corazón. De veras.
It is.
Todo esto del corazón.
It
We
is.
just wanted to make the best fighting game possible.
Yo,
We didn't-
and
you guys-
I
you
want
guys
you to
Any money,
feel.
just,
You
I
guys make the game of the world.
Yeah, definitely.
fighting game
I
of the
want you to
world.
Of the
feel out of this
generation.
podcast that I want you to know that I'm proud of you, bro. Like,
We are.
legit, bro. I'm amazed that you've been part of this history because it's history. This goes down in pop culture like you don't even know. I think you do, and you're being like ¿cómo lo digo?
No sé.
I don't know.
¿Cómo?
Dilo en español a lo mejor.
No sé cómo decirlo en español. Pero
Hay un problema.
sí, no
Hay un
sé ni-
problema.
I don't
No
even
Spanish.
know
Ni
how
en
to
inglés.
how to express this.
Lo enseña.
Pero nada, I really am proud of you. I'm amazed that to call you a friend. I'm truly honored. And I'm still waiting for the day to go train with you at least an hour. Just to one stuntman to another because I call you an OG stuntman because like nobody knows how motion caption works really, and back in the day it had to be like suck year from now. I mean, from as a stuntman, if you want to do something, you can pad up here and there. But you guys didn't know that vision, so you had to get that blow. Like you fall to the concrete, you had to fall to the fucking concrete, and it's not fun. It's not fun.
Actually, in this time, the name is not motion capture. This is they got your caption. So you're the I don't know how can I say that, but you guys.
Yeah, you guys.
When you throw in the
it's
concrete
amazing.
to do a game without like
Without pads.
Yeah, without pain, without what gonna happen, because when you start to make the game, you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen with that. So it's not like
Yeah.
how can you don't guys know what's gonna happen there. So you got a dream and you make it a dream, and your dream change the world in the game's history. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Because the way he made the game changed when you made that game.
Yeah, gracias. No, yeah, era de corazón, and like I said, we wanted to just create something cool.
Yeah.
You know, I think,
Diferente.
I think having no money in the game is what made it good.
Yeah, actually, that's the way we make this program.
So yeah,
Everything
definitely.
we do is we are effort without pain, without everything. So
Definitely.
everything we have right now is like you guys got the game. So actually, I wanna be like you when I grow up.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, I'm looking at the chat, and someone said that in case we didn't know, there was a fan movie that you, Pesina, is part of. Is this true?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Legends never die. It's basically Johnny Cage after the first game. What happened to him? He
Okay.
disappeared. You know, after the first two games, you know, when you had that break where there was no Johnny Cage in the game. So basically, you know, he's hunted, so he has to leave the country and go hide out. But eventually, they find me, and we're going to have. It's going to be gritty fight scenes, not that much special effects. More like, hopefully, it's going to turn out more like fight scenes in the raid.
So is this going on right now?
In August, I go film for over 2 weeks.
Oh, cool. So you're still doing like film work. That's amazing.
Yeah, we're going to be doing film work.
Congratulations,
people
bro.
want to. We have a Kickstart, Legends Never Die. Anybody could go there. You know, I think we have signed posters to give away to people who donate and things like that.
Amazing.
But it's a small-
I got a
yeah,
question.
it's
I
a
got
project.
I still have
It's
a
gonna be
question.
good.
Sorry. I still have the first guy think the idea for the make a game. I want to make a game. This guy he make another game, the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's John Tobias. John Tobias
John
is the one
Tobias.
who had the idea, who had the main idea.
So he have another games.
Does he have
Yeah.
other games?
He has a few games. I think. Then he started his own company after he did Mortal Kombat 3 and 4, I think, and then he started his own company and did a couple of games. Man,
It's
I
alright.
can't
It's
remember
alright.
the name.
It's alright if you don't remember. It's alright.
White Lotus, I think. But he's in California.
Okay.
Now, right now, he works for Warner Brothers.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he probably still has input in the whole like animation still stuff and going on because Warner Brothers is like the owner of like the royalty, I think, right now.
I think I don't think he has that much to do with it, even though
Okay.
he's the main creator.
Okay.
I think more like the manager, like or the programmer Ed has more influence over Mortal Kombat than the actual guy who came up with the idea.
Okay.
He do enough.
Yeah, he does enough.
He do enough.
Yeah,
for
because
that.
I think the fans were like, because of the movie, fans were like screaming like, oh no, this didn't happen or this did not happen because Warner Brothers has already made like animation films about Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and these stories, yeah, these stories are like epic and they're super fun to watch, and I think like fans always wanted to watch this in the movie, but it's still like. Either way, as a fan, you guys need to know that it's difficult to translate some things into another, especially if you have a roster of characters like Mortal Kombat. And that's cool that you brought up like the Avengers because like Mortal Kombat has more characters right now that the Avengers have going on. So it's a hard task. It's a hard task.
So
Yeah.
so
But,
Daniel.
but in the end, it's this will be Johnny Cage's story. It won't be the tournament or anything like that. This is going to be like what
It feels like it's gonna happen like that.
what it's going to do. And as I said, because too, it's super low budget, so we're just going to try to create the best product we can out of it, and put together the best fight scenes we could possibly can on this.
Awesome, bro.
2-week shoot.
And
It's gonna be cool.
just
Look-
have fun.
look forward. YouTube.
I've learned along my fighting history and stunt work, as long as I'm having fun, it translates in the film. So it's really like the last one I did. It was like a whole sneaker battle. We were fighting because of like shoes. One guy stepped on my shoes and we started fighting, and I had so much fun filming that short. That I think it translates. So, from one step man to another, just have fun with it, bro. I know you're gonna do a great job because you're highly talented. Even though, on your age, when I grow up, I just want to be like you when I grow up.
So Daniels, what's next? What's he gonna do right now? What's the next?
What's the next chapter in your life?
Yeah. What's good? We gonna see you next time.
Well, like I said, this movie is going to be a fan movie. Otherwise, I'm going to try to finish. I was writing a book on martial arts and like the history of Mortal Kombat through the eyes of like the actors and the people who were there kind of before Midway had it. Put together those stories and stuff like that in a book.
This will be fun. This will be
Yes.
interesting. Yeah, let me know when you're finished. I'll be glad to buy one of you. Don't give it to me. I'll buy it. Don't give it to me. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Yeah.
It was a pleasure if we here with you right when you're done with that, and
Yeah.
we can show what you do.
Yeah, definitely. I'll buy one. I'll buy a copy. If you sign it, I'll buy it.
If you're not actually, if you're not signed, I'm gonna buy it.
No.
Don't worry
I
about
want to have my signed copy that I had Daniel Masters Pesina signed copy.
it. Yeah, but if it's not signed, I'm gonna buy it.
I'll have two. One for me and one for JJ. Do you want
There
one?
you go.
¿Quieres una, Carissa?
Claro que sí,
Ok,
pero
ya está.
filmada.
No.
Filmada. We get two signed and one whatever the
Okay.
fuck you want with it.
When you're done with the book, we're going over there with you and drink a whiskey.
A whiskey. That's
Whatever whiskey you want.
What's your poison of choice?
Rose? I hear something rose.
I do like bullet bourbon.
Ooh, yeah, you're
There
right,
you go.
dude.
There
That
you
kind of
go.
guy.
I like Manhattan's. There's I live in Chicago, but Michigan is right above us, and they have a cherry whiskey that is really, really good.
Cherry
That sounds
whiskey.
awesome.
It's really, really good.
So everybody gonna bring a different kind of whiskey, and we drunk a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna drink it all.
Get over here.
So get over here. There you go.
Yeah, definitely. Get
And
over here with that whiskey, bro. I think we're close to closing this episode. It's been an honor. How's that Latin vibe in Chicago? Because there's a lot of Latinos, Boricuas, and even your manager, Boricua.
Yeah. Yeah. Primos.
Yeah,
Somos
yeah.
primos. If you're a Latino, primos. Y primas. Y primas.
Somos
But
familia.
yeah. So it's it's good here. It's strong. Our circle is we invite whoever in, but it seems like the Latinos are old school. So mi casa es casa all the time.
But
There you go, man.
Yeah, mi casa es tu casa, but you have to earn your respect.
If your thing
Like always.
sometime comes to Puerto Rico, you are welcome here. You got a
Yes.
friends right here. You got a family here.
He knows
You know
this.
that?
He knows this.
Just
As
in
soon
case.
as soon as him as his manager step in Puerto Rico once again, we're going drinking, bro.
No.
We're gonna have bourbon. We're gonna have some whiskey in hand.
I know. It's not need to say it, but if you say it, it's alright. So you are family. You got family here.
No tenemos cherry whiskey, pero podemos
No,
poner una
I'll
whisky.
fucking
find
get
it. We
cherry
can
whiskey
find it.
for
We
the
can
Daniel.
find
Le
it.
ponemos la cherry en el
We're
whisky.
get that whiskey, girl. Where can people get your social media if you have it and future projects? Tell us.
Yeah. So again, for the movie, it's called Legends Never Die. You can look for it on Kickstart. We also have it on Facebook. On Facebook, I'm Master Pesina. On Instagram, I'm Master D Pesina. And email Master Pesina, porque ahorita todavía los tiempos tan difícil. Y quiero que, if you get depressed or anything like that, shoot me an email, man. Shoot me a message. I got you. I got you guys.
It's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're
Thank
not
you.
alone.
Thank you for being so accessible, bro. Really.
Yeah. We're all geeks. Todos
Oh,
somos geeks.
you don't even know how geek I am, bro. I think if you're a filmmaker, you're a stuntman, you're probably a geeky heart because you always wanted to be a superhero and that's what you're doing.
Yeah, it is. Actually, Daniel, don't leave when he done. Don't leave. Stay there because I want to take a picture with us. Right. For everything we can do with a thumbnail and stuff, we need a picture.
And
so
this is
don't
going
leave.
down in history. If you don't even want to know, this is going down in history. This is for me geeking out that we have a conversation with Scorpion on hand.
Qué honor.
No, really,
Qué honor, de
legit,
verdad.
it's a complete honor, bro. And I'm happy to call you a friend, and I'm here for you. Whatever
Yo nunca pensé tener amigos. De
Mira para allá.
Scorpio.
¿Tuviste? Scorpion. Y Scorpion es el mexicano más cool del mundo.
Yes.
Bro, let me know whatever you need. I'm here for you. You know this. I am completely accessible for you. And if you ever want to do a fight scene with me, I am so down. We have JJ on the back. We'll
gotta
do all
stop.
the effects you want,
Whatever
bro.
you want. Whatever you want, we
Let's
can
do
do it.
this. When you step in Puerto Rico, I want you to beat the fuck out of my ass.
Actually,
do this.
If your knee go over there,
We'll take a flight.
down with
We'll take a
that.
flight.
Yo aplaudo.
It's a plane. That's it.
You know what? I'm trying to get Chiaritza on it. I'm trying to get Chiaritza to fight with me and do something.
Yo aplaudo.
No.
Sonia.
The leg thing. No, the leg thing for the Sonia.
Yeah, she'll do the leg thing whip.
Yeah, he said that. He said that.
Yeah, she'll do that.
Yo soy Cindo.
That'll get us enough clicks on YouTube because you know how she works.
She said he's seen though, so he needs to make something for
Diablo, yo
her.
antes le decía Sonja.
Sonja.
Sonia.
Bueno, era latina, so le puedes decir Sonja si tú quieres. So, thank you, bro. It's been an honor. Kiaritza, ¿dónde te pueden conseguir?
Como Kiaritza en todas partes. Ah, me cambiaste la musiquita.
Perdón, es que le di el botón equivocado.
Chico, me puedes conseguir en Instagram, en Facebook, en todas partes como Kiaritza.
Bueno, corillo, a mí me pueden conseguir como Isfonso en Instagram y Facebook y Twitter. No tengo Twitter, no lo uso. Hay demasiado buleo, no lo uso.
Ah, yo sí, a mí me encanta.
Facebook me pueden conseguir con Alfonso Rodríguez. JJ, ¿dónde te pueden conseguir a ti?
Todo el mundo me puede conseguir como JJ The Magic Maker con rayitas por debajo de espacio después de cada JJ rayita, The Magic rayita. Todo
Diablo,
el
muy
maker.
complicado.
Ya saben.
Pueden conseguirme como JJ The Magic Maker en cualquier
Lo vas a
plataforma,
encontrar.
en Instagram o Facebook. Me vas a encontrar como quiera porque no hay más nadie como yo.
Y si tienes un negocio y necesitas anunciarte, puedes escribirle a JJ en confianza
Yes.
porque él te va a dar la mano, corillo, y nosotros también.
Ayudamos a quien
A todo el
sea.
mundo, a todo el
Solamente me
mundo.
escribe y cuadramos.
Porque lo que nos anuncian no se vende, corillo, así que aprovecha.
Yes.
Mi gente, gracias por sintonizar. Ustedes son los mejores del mundo mundial. Suscríbete, dale click, dale like. Dale a la campanita, ding ding, como diría Fabi. Y Kiaritza, ¿tienes closing?
¡No!
Wow.
Esta mujer nunca tiene closing. Bueno, mi gente, cuídense el webby. Valen mil, nunca cambien. Xerito, dulces. ¡Nos vemos!